Right. Is that focused? Let me just do that and focus it. Is that focused? Yeah. Right. If you like that, I'm gonna in the next few days dust on it. In the next few days I'm gonna paint a version of that. So it's got arse here with your lighthouse, small houses there, and there's these little houses right up in the background here. So I thought before I paint this, when I did this, I had to draw these houses and the little lighthouse and draw these houses. So I thought, I did one before, quite a lot of people watched it, and just how to draw houses ready for a watercolour painting. Loads of paintings got houses in, so I thought I'll show you how to draw an house, try and make it simple it down. It's nowhere near as hard as you think. A lot of people, well, I'd love to paint, but I can't draw. You don't really need to be able to draw. It's not like drawing, I don't know, it's not like drawing, say you had your dog was sat in front and you tried to draw shape of your dog's head and everything. To be honest, if I did that, people say to me, can you do portraits and pet portraits? No, they look ridiculous when I try and do them, so I can't do that. So this is a lot easier. It's not sort of drawing. So let me just show you what I mean. Right, so let's start up here. If I draw an house here, right, say, let me get my rubber ready because it can help with a rubber. Right, say if I draw an house here, if I draw that in dead light like that, and I draw a square there like that, right, so that's just a square. Then if I draw another square here, draw another square there like that, that's another square. Then if I put a triangle on top of that square and a triangle on top of that square, and then just a line across top, you've got an house, right? So if you do it like that, then all you've got to do is rub that bit out there, and you've got an house. You can pop a little square on top, you've got a chimney. And then once you've got it drawn in light, you can then go over it nice and heavy. So you can see it, because you can draw, I've drawn it in quite heavy in the first place, but you can draw it in, you can even put like a little line down there and a little bit on there for the fronts of your chimney. You don't have to do that. That's getting more advanced, but that's a little house. It's like, you can do the same, say you want your house going opposite way. So let's draw a box there. Oops, box there. I'll just draw this one in dark so you can see it. A box there, triangle on top, right, another, it's going to be going up at an angle like that now, an oblong there coming down, another triangle there. If you want, you can think, right, I'm not going to draw that bit of the triangle, or if it's easier, just draw it in. You can put bottom on if you want, and then just take that to the top, and then you can rub that back out. So like I say, if it's easier to do it as a full triangle, do that, and then just rub it back out. Then pop your chimney on top. A lot of houses nowadays don't have chimneys, they've got gas heaters in. They've had I've worked as a roofer, and I've took chimneys, I spent half my time taking chimneys down, because people's got gas fires in, they just have all this blocked off. So they're getting damp down the chimneys because they're not in use anymore and that, so they block them off. So you don't even have to put a chimney on if you don't want. I just put them on because I think they look nice. But if you're struggling, keep it as simple as you can. If you can do that, and you're quite good at it, then it's a nice sip of coffee. Then maybe you can do this next thing. Right, so say if I have an house, so say if I draw my oblong shape there, right, a triangle on there, I'll put a full triangle on, and a triangle on there, full triangle on top, then I'll put my other square there, join it up, rub that bit out. Right, Oh, rub that bit out as well there, look. The triangle, that's just to make it easy with the triangle. So you've got that, yeah. So, I forgot the point I was going to make. Right, see, I'll tell you what point I will make. Let's say my light's coming in on this one. No, let's say this way, because it's got room for an arrow here. Let's say my light's coming in that way on that one. So all I do, shade that in. Well, that's your roof, so that'll just be whatever colour you paint it, and shade that in. You'd leave that light, because the light's sitting there. So you'd have your light there. Like I say, you can pop some little chimneys on if you want. If you pop your chimneys on, look, let's say there's a bit there on front, a bit there. So the light's coming there, so that little bit on front there, that'd be shaded in, because that's on the front. So a chimney's easy, it's just a box, like that. Say it's for that house there, just a little bit on front there, because it's hitting it at that angle. So that bit with the light coming in that way, that bit being shade. If your light's coming in, draw it again. If your light's coming in that way, that bit would be light, that bit would be in shade. So if I just draw this again, triangle, triangle, link it together, oblong on there, box there, rub that bit out there, and that line out there. This time my light's coming in that way. So put the chimney on, little block on front, same again, chimney, a little block on front, so that is in shadow, that is in shadow, they be light, this will be light, that be light, all down this side's in shadow. See what I mean? So that's like your simplest house. You could draw an house, if you really want to simple it down, you could draw an house like that and have it straight on like that. So you're looking at it straight on forward. Like I say, you can have a chimney on top. Have it straight on like that. By the time you've got your things in around it and stuff, you can, if that's the easiest to draw, if you start drawing houses like that all the time and having them in your paintings, I guarantee you, after a while, once you've got used to doing that one, you'll be able to progress onto that one. Now, once you've got used to doing that one, there's another thing you can do. I've sort of done it without even thinking about it on that. If you look at that there, that bit's closest to me. Say I draw this house again. Right, so there. That bit, that line there, that's that corner of the house there. That bit there is closest to me. So I'll then bring that bit, let's just say I take that all the way over there and that all the way over there. Right, and that's where it's disappearing. So that bit there is the closest. Don't say me a lot. Right there. This is what they call a vanishing point. It seems technical, but it's not really. That bit's the closest. So these bits here, just let's say I've actually done it on there without even thinking about it. These bits here are bigger than this bit here, so this bit here is closer. It's like my hand. If I put my hand there, it's going to get bigger as I come closer. See what I mean? So that's what you're doing with your ass. But this is if you're getting more technical. You ain't got to do this. It'll be, I haven't done it on that one, look, and it still looks alright. If you watch Frank Clark on his videos, he doesn't do any talk about perspective. He just pops them in like that. And his paintings look brilliant. So if this is a bit off-putting, don't let it put you off painting altogether, thinking, oh, don't understand that perspective thing he's on about. That's perfectly good in a little painting, right? So, but that's my perspective, and then same again, little triangle on top there. That's my triangle there, look. Come down there, same again, look. See that angle of that? This angle at the top, it ain't got to be exactly the same, just roughly follow it. If you're roughly following it, look, if it went all the way across, it'd come right down like that. But it's not going to, because we only need this bit. Bring that, same with that. That's sort of got to follow that. And if you look, that's not identical to that, but it's close enough. It'll do. Fill it in like that. Fill that bit in. Fill that in. You actually don't need that line there. Rub that. Say if you want a chimney on, a little bit there, look, on that front bit there and a bit down back. Same if you want one that side. A lot of houses only have one chimney on, don't they? Rub that middle bit out if you want. A lot of houses have like a, say like that double bit there, the chimney's built to the outside of the house. A lot of houses come all, the chimneys come all the way down like that, especially a lot of big posh houses. Same again, say your light's coming in that way, that little bit there up front of chimneys would be shaded, that'd all be shaded. And now it's starting to look like an house. Windows are brilliant. Say my light's coming in that way, I've done my windows like that. So I think that'd be the shadow bit. And then a door. That's made it a little cottage. If you're having a full house, you'd do your door smaller and you'd probably put some more windows there, sort of thing, like that. And have your door there, that height. So let's just do that again, make that an house. See how I've gone up, up, up. I'm just doing it quick now, so that this ain't gonna be. See, I haven't really got my perspective on there. That's just square. So, because I've done that quick. Same with that. That's just square. I've not done that on that. It's just square. And it still looks good, doesn't it? Isn't it? A great difference. So Frank Clark could do it just pretty much. There's only that bit going down. But I've only done it for this reason. If you want an house rather than a bungalow, just do that. Like that. Upstairs windows. And one there. It's same with that. Like, say your light's coming in that way, so I tend to do my shadows that way. But no one would notice if you did them all that way, like that. It wouldn't really matter. I tend to do them like that rather than a full square. If you want to put a full square in, put a full square in. Still, if I put them in as full squares, still going to look like an house. Still going to look like a window. So it's okay to do that. It's a lot easier than it looks. Like I say, I've used perspective on that one. We're bringing my roofs down and everything. I ain't even bothered on that. That's pretty much just... I've actually gone up at a slight angle there and there. That's just square across, rather than it should really be coming down a little bit. But you won't look at that and think it looked odd. You won't notice. So even this perspective thing, yeah, if you want to get dead advanced and everything, you can do that. If you look at that, look, that is bigger than that. You can do that. If that's easy for you to do, you can do it. But that one hasn't got it at all. That one's got a slight bit there. That one is actually smaller there and bigger there, so that's totally wrong. That one, that should be going down. Instead, it's going up. But you won't really notice. It won't matter. No one's going to think you've got a rubbish painting because of that. Now, if you find that easy enough to do and you like doing it, do it. You'll get more realistic thing. But don't think, oh, I don't understand what he's on about there, I'm just going to give up. No, just, if you can't even do them at all, do them like that. Because after a while, you'll get used to it. Just boxes. I try and think of everything as boxes. I'll just show you one more thing. Let me get my paintbrush for this. Don't know if it'll work on. This is normal paper, so it might not work. I'll just show you one more thing. Right. Say if I get some. Say I've got some really dark. So some green. Some really, really, really dark green bushes. Right. Watch this. This is brilliant. So I've got some really dark green bushes in there. Even darker, like that. Look. So I've got some really dark green, distant bushes in there. A bit darker. Like that. You want quite a thick paint for this, right? So you've got that there, right? Where's my scraper? Should have sorted it out before. This one, I'll do this little one. You could ask, well, watch it, just scrape a little line across there like that, look. Got a little ass there, look. I just scraped it out, look. There, little ass. Let's do another one here. No, do one this way. See them little lines in there? You can take them out if you want. Something like that. Got a little ass. And then if you get an even darker colour, like this. I've gone jet black now, and pop that in like that. Bring it in there, look, or that one like that, look. See that? Got some little trees and stuff coming up. Some little twigs and things. Oh, a little tree there. Oh, twigs and that in there. Ours is in distance, look. So all I've done there, I don't know if you could see what I've done. Try and do it with my hand that way. I've just scraping in a roof like that, look. That's all I'm doing. If you use a bigger piece of plastic, you don't have to have them see the little lines in it. You can just sort of take them out, or don't even worry about them. It's not going to hurt out. You could, if you got them little lines in, you could just make them into put a bit of ridge line in or something like that, some tiles. But if I got a bigger piece of plastic, if you I've got a bigger piece somewhere. I don't know where it's gone. Always losing stuff. Oh, it's there. Yeah. This is a bigger piece here. I'll just show you. If you get a bigger piece of plastic, let's do it there in the middle. So you get a bigger piece like that. If you get your piece of plastic what's about the right size, and then you can just go like that. There you are. Do that. You could leave it at that if you wanted, but if you want, you can get some real thick paint and do like that. Pour it in like that. You could do that if you wanted, or a bit of roof down to the side, and then down there like that for the side bit. And you've got a little ass. See what I mean? So that's a dead easy way of scraping an ass out as well. So that's another good way to do it, especially if it's in a dark sort of background thing. I'll have to do some paintings where I do some scrape out houses like that. They'd probably be perhaps more in the background, or maybe even not. You could even do that. So like you put that in there, leave it to dry a bit more, and then come even darker on that bit, look. So your light's coming in then, that way. So that's that. I'll leave it at that. Well, that's just a little bit on how to paint ours, just to make it a bit simple down for you. Hopefully, as you keep painting, you'll get better at this. Say like my lighthouse one, that's going to be an house there, like that. Let's put a chimney on. Going to be an house there, a little bit on top of that chimney. Going to come down there like that, down there. It'll come across there, say down there, and then my lighthouse comes up like that and around like that at the side of it. Rub all this crap out of you, look. So you can see what I'm doing. In fact, let me get a fresh piece of paper. I'll do one more for you while I might as well. I'm not ready. Start again. In a right mess, aren't I? Right, so let's say we've got an house there. I'll not even put chimney on, I'll just do it for quick. So we've got an house there, and then down, sorry, that angled there like that, and then my lighthouse is sort of on top like that. So that's just like that. That's all there is really. And then there's a bit there, some little window things there. There's a little gate around top there. You can take that gate out a bit if you want. That's about it. Now I think on my lighthouse, the light's coming in that way, and there's a little window there. Again, you can, if you're not sure, do the whole square. You can do the whole thing like that if you want. I think there's a bigger one there, so you can either do it like that. Ours is there. Like I say, I tend to do it like that way if my light's coming in that way. Little door there. I tend to colour that top corner in a bit. Or like I say, if you can't remember which way light's coming in, put the whole thing in. In real life, you probably see the whole window anyway. I just like, because I like that impressionistic style, I quite like it when I draw or paint half a thing and then your eye does the rest. That's just the sort of style I like to do. But yeah, that's as simple as that. Look, you've got a little lighthouse there. Maybe I think on mine there's a little stick thing on top there, like that. And you've got a lighthouse. I could put some more painted glass in if you want, and have it like that. Whatever. So it's not as difficult as you think. Yeah. I mean that you could draw around your finger for that. You know what I mean? You could put it in. Put some windows in. You know what I mean? It's not as difficult as you think. Little fence, look. Window there. Window there. I mean, I've drawn around my finger. That's there. Full of windows. It's nice. I'll tell you another thing you can do and all. So this is another thing. You know, if you get a bit where you're not confident doing it, say you didn't like doing that bit there, put a little bush in. Side on it. I often do that. They always look good. Or like that bit there. If I thought, oh, that bit looks a bit dodgy, I'll put a little bush in. All sorts of stuff you can do. It's not as difficult as you think. That's like perspective. See how that's big there? If there were another one slightly further back, that was slightly smaller, it would be slightly smaller like that. But yeah, so right, I've gone on far too long. Sorry if I've took you away from life for too long. But you can watch little snippets of that, or that can watch it all. Even my stepbrother, Doofus, has been trying to do this. Right, to be fair, he's the only person I've ever met in my life that actually can't do it. He's been using crayons instead of a pencil, and he actually can't do it, but he's the first person I've ever met. And if you can't do it, don't even then think it's not, it still don't matter. Just don't put an arse in. Paint a picture without an arse. You can't do it, but don't let it put you off painting. Right, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Don't matter if it's perfect or whatever, you're enjoying it, aren't you? Right, I'm going. See you on beach. In it.